Sadly, I'm of the age where the 80s was my era. And interestingly enough, I actually went to Russia in 1984, which is the year we set this season in. So it was funny to go back there and see the changes there. Obviously, when you live the changes in your own life, in England, where I'm from, and here in the United States, it's different because incremental changes. But being like dragged from 2017 America to 2017 Russia, when I'm used to 1984 Russia, that was odd. That was really odd. The massive changes.
Well, I was a kid. I loved the 80s. I was having a grand old time. But I can't say I ever wanted to go back to the fashion of the 80s.
Too itchy.
Holly
was saying it's too itchy.
It's a little itchy. Comfort was not a factor in the 80s. But worse for the women than the men, I think. So all in all, it's not so bad. And, I'm mostly in suits. And they're just not quite as attractive as the modern suits, but they're not that bad.
Well, I don't think I'm really in 80s fashions. I'm mostly in whatever I was wearing in Russia. A black coat.
Those didn't change very much.
I can't even. I remember that there are a lot of shoulder pads in the 80s. And I'd rather like them because I have really crappy shoulders. So it was fun, and it's always nice to think back of the time when you were still crazy and wild and free.
I mean, the fashion is a little kooky. A lot of really itchy sweaters, and the pants are just way too tight. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. But I mean, I go to Urban Outfitters or Forever 21, and that's all the clothes that are there is what I wear on set now. So it's I'm trying to escape it, and it keeps following me.
You're I want to get something. No, that's my wardrobe.
I know. I'm at first it was so hard for them to get clothes. They'd have to go actual vintage stores and try and find the right sizes, and now they can just walk into any store and it's the exact stuff that they need.